Madder than, sicker than them. Madder than, sicker than them. Dreader than dread, dreader than dread. Yeah, but look at me tell them, say, yo, say what? We rise up and let them have all.
Alright, I gotta admit something. I wear a lot of Lululemon. Their shirts are built in a way where they wick sweat off of you, and I love that. I love it because you can sweat in it and the sweat doesn't stick around. It doesn't smell the clothing up. So I find that the clothing stays fresh for days on end. Yo, what's going on, people of the interwebs? It's that guy. You know, I wore this shirt for years, not knowing who the chick was on the shirt. And I always wondered who it was. And then one day I walked into my brother's apartment and he goes, "Oh, that's my homegirl on your shirt." I'm like, "What? Who?" He's like, "Oh, that's Madzilla. Yeah, she's a model." I was like, "Holy shit, you know of this girl." And I just thought it was interesting that my brother followed her and I had no idea who it was. So besides that, this is a quick little story there. I'm packing a vape. And other news, I'm giving you guys a dreadlock update today as well. Today is December the 11th, meaning this coming January is going to be 5 years with dreads for myself. And it's kind of crazy how fast these 5 years have blown by on this channel. A lot of you guys come to this channel here from the 50K mark. I remember around from 30K to 50K subs, there was a big boom. And essentially it was when I cut my hair and started this new growth is when people came flocking more towards this channel. So I appreciate all the new people. I appreciate even more the people that have been here since the first set of locks, since the interlock days. They stuck around through the thick and the thin. And now my locks are out 5 years of freeform. And now that I've been freeforming for 5 years, I honestly can't see any other way of dreads for myself. There's no way I would be able to do anything but freeforms. And at the most, I think I would ever be able to do was wicks, crocheted wicks once a year. I think would be my ideal way of maintained dreads. I'm super happy with my freeforms right now. I don't really care to go and wick them all up, but if I were to start new, I would try and get wicks. Let me give you guys a quick view of my locks today, as is. I'm feeling pretty good about my hairline these days. As you get older, there's a few things that don't stop growing ever on your body. One of them being your nose. It will always keep growing bigger. And another one is your ears. Ears always keep growing as well your whole lifespan. So, if you notice on your grandparents or elderly people, they usually have bigger noses, bigger ears. And I feel like the forehead is something else that will continually grow. So, you know, it's just normal that, you know, my hairline when I was younger, I guess used to be a bit down, but even when I was younger, my hairline was still big. My head was still big there. So I've learned to just not care. Because like I said, even if I was balding right here, I think I would still be rocking the locks. Just I'd be wearing a tam all the time. You know, big shout outs to a lot of freeformers on YouTube these days. A lot of people showing love, and respect, showing that I've helped them start freeforming. So big ups to that. And of course, I want to give up respects and honors to those that have helped me choose this journey. You know, I was watching guys like Zaylock23, even guys like Chin Miguel. His channel is no longer active, but those were the videos that really wanted to inspire me to get freeform dreads. Some of these dreads have turned out very flat, as you can tell. This is one of my favorite dreads. It reminds me of a paintbrush. Come on, Lou. And you can see how there's no scarring or anything. It's just one solid mat, smooth. So I mean, I'm a big fan of that dread. I do have a Congo here that's been in the works. Actually, I have a couple here. This one wants to pop out. So I remember how I showed you I wrapped this one a while ago. Well, all that wrapping came undone and it kind of conglomerated at the bottom there. So I just left it. Rubber band still here. And the new growth here is actually coming in pretty good. It's all pretty much connected now. If I were to take it out, this new growth is like pretty locked. I wouldn't be worried about it coming undone unless I forcefully separated. And then the other one here is this one right beside it. And I feel like this one is pretty Congoed up, but it's a lot looser of a Congo. It's taken. It's just a looser Congo, so the roots are kind of like apart still, but they're connected. They're not tied up into one big dread just yet. So I keep moving the rubber bands around. This one's actually kind of, just so they don't get built up in one spot too long. But I do need some more rubber bands. Someone emailed me recently about wicking their dreads, and he's saying that rubber bands won't actually close this. Like if I were to rubber band these, because these are all matured dreads already, if I were to rubber band them shut, it wouldn't work because they're already matured. So it's almost like you need to do the crochet to close them up. But I'm not too worried about that right now. I'm just gonna focus on joining the dread at the root to make one bigger one. And then this I can always do something with later. And who knows, maybe I won't even close it. You know, maybe I won't even close this off and just leave them like this and let the new dread come in really big. Or eventually, when the new dread here closes and it gets pretty thick, I could even cut these off and have them as souvenirs. Like I would want to actually souvenir one of these dreads before closing it up into the rest of these locks. You know, so maybe I could close them up, but I would cut one out to souvenir it to show how my lock was. And probably this one, because this one is actually really, really sick. It's got the fingers on the end, it's flat. But then the thought of me cutting my hair just to souvenir it, like, I don't know. My idea is to make these thicker where they are joining, so that later, if I wanted to just grow out as a thick dread, I could cut them shorter and have just thicker dreads. But I would need to start rubber banding the roots now. I don't really have too many other dreads that are forming together on their own right now. A lot of them, like I said, I've not separated anything, but a lot of them aren't really choosing to Congo up. Like if I briefly look here, like you'll find hairs like this. See how there's kind of a hair? Holding those. There's kind of a hair there holding those two together. So like that one is actually wanting to join up. So you kind of find them like that. And like that's, you know, this one's optional now to put a rubber band here to have them grow in thicker at this point. So I kind of look for those kind of strands that are really strong with another dread. And I notice that obviously in the back and the sides of my head is where it happens the most, because that's where your head rests when you're sleeping. And there is actually a lot more of these that want to join up. So truthfully, I'm probably going to start joining up more of these, because I like the way that the thicker dreads, like here's one at the back that could be one more all together. I would be kind of sad to lose the flatness of some of these locks if I were to join them up like that though. But yeah. Anyways, enough of me playing with my dreads. I know that's always a hard thing to do when you are talking about dreads, is to play with them. Even watching videos like this, you often find yourself touching your hair. So that's how it is. Obviously try not to touch your hair as much as you want, and other people as well. I saw a good post today saying, before you touch my dreads, make sure your hands and your soul are clean. Those are for the randoms out there that try touching your hair. In other news, my TikTok account got deleted today. I don't know why or how. Community guidelines, you know, maybe because I had 2 videos about weed and 1 video about animal rights, and they took it down. So I made a new account today. It's still Not Nation, just one word, Not Nation, on TikTok if you want to follow me over there. It's kind of fun. I love that. I'm actually loving that program right now, because it is pretty much like Vine but better, and the editing, the software itself is actually really good as a video editor. If you're looking to create videos on your phone, like say that's all you have is your phone to make videos, it's actually a really great tool for making videos and editing stuff to music, or you know, it's actually amazing. So that's why I'm liking it. That's why I'm liking it these days. So follow me on TikTok. There's some cool stuff going on over there. But I'm gonna end this here. I appreciate you guys for stopping by, watching this content, talking about my dreads. If you have any questions about my dreads, let me know down below. What's on your mind, or if you have any questions for myself about my locks, I'm always here to listen. But until next time, peace out, one love, stay happy and natty, and you know I'll see you guys next time. I'm gone. Adios.
Madder than, sicker than them. Madder than, sicker than them. Dreader than dread, dreader than dread. Yeah, but look at me tell them, say, yo, say what? We rise up on a left of them.